Or they didn't have as many Irish by proportion. Understand that Lewiston in 1855 was almost 1/4 Irish, and they grew, not necessarily proportion-wise, but the community grew. The Irish community grew there for many years. It didn't grow the same way here in Auburn, and I can make some guesses at different things, but they just don't seem to have. There were some Auburn lawyers. I'm trying to think. What was his name? There was a Kelleher who was a lawyer, apparently down in the New Auburn area. I haven't been able to find much in the way of information on him. There was George McCann. Might be Irish. I haven't pursued his heritage, who was active in Auburn as a lawyer, and also I think he was a city clerk or something as well. But it's fewer and farther between. Lewiston was much more densely Irish than Auburn was.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Okay, other cemeteries. So there's a fragment in the Davis Cemetery. Most of the Irish you'll find in Mount Hope. You will find a few over in Riverside Cemetery. And the two names that strike me immediately is the George A. Callahan family. He was the printer in the Union Block. He and his family were buried over there, which lends credence to the evidence I found that he was Baptist. So he wasn't buried in the Catholic cemetery. He was buried in the city cemetery. The other name over there that I ran into was, I think it was a Sheehan family, and one of them was a Civil War veteran. But there are like 4 or 5 stones over there that for their family. And there are some other scattered ones, much more recent stones. But in terms of the older stones, most of the folks you'll find in Mount Hope. Okay. And there are a couple of songs I'd like to play for you to finish up tonight. One of them is pretty funny, and the other one will strike home because it's a song that would have been very relevant, let's say, relatively recently here regarding our mills. But I'm going to pass these out, and Lucas, if you can get, we're going to start with number 4, but don't hit it for just a second. Let's let folks. The first song relates sort of to the manual labor side of Irish life. With a lot of men working with pick and shovel, and perhaps on building crews. This particular song is I've seen it by 2 titles. This one, calling it "Why Patty's Not at Work Today." That's also known as the sick note, and he's explaining why he's not showing up for work. So number 4, Lucas.
I write this note to you to tell you of me plight, for at this time of writing I am not a pretty sight. My body is all black and blue, my face is deathly grey, and I write this note to say why Paddy's not at work today. Was working on the 14th floor, some bricks I had to clear. To throw them down from such a height was not a good idea. The foreman wasn't very pleased, he being an awkward sod. He said I'd have to carry them down the ladders in me hod. No clearing all these bricks by hand, it was so very slow. So I hoisted up the barrel and secured the rope below. But in my haste to do the job, I was too blind to see that a barrel full of building bricks was heavier than me. So when I untied the rope, the barrel fell like lead, and clinging tightly to the rope, I started up instead. I shot up like like a rocket till to my dismay I found that halfway up I met the bloody barrow coming down. The barrow broke me shoulder as to the ground it sped, and when I reached the top I hit my head. I hung on tightly, numb with shock from this almighty blow, and the barrow stood out half the bricks 14 floors below. Now when these bricks had fallen from the barrow to the floor, I then outweighed the barrel and so started down once more. So clinging tightly to the rope, my body lay with pain. When halfway down I met the bloody barrel once again. The force of this collision halfway up the office block caused multiple abrasions and a nasty state of shock. Still clinging tightly to the rope, I fell towards the ground and landed on the broken bricks that were all scattered around. I lay there moaning on the ground, I thought I'd passed the worst, when the barrel hit the pulley wheel and then the bottom burst. A shower of bricks rained down on me, I hadn't got a hope. As I lay there bleeding on the ground, I let go the bloody rope. The barrel landed heavier, it started down once more, and landed right across me as I lay upon the floor. It broke 3 ribs in my left arm, and I can only say that I hope you'll understand why body's not at work today.
So yes, being Irish is certainly fun. The music is great. They're all different varieties, and there are many songs of equal humor. The second selection is on the reverse side of the sheet, and this has to do with mills. A little less funny, but it's a tune called Belfast Mill, and when I first started really listening to music, it really struck me that, hey, this is something that we know right here. Number one.
Joshua.
Straighten out in there. Play the music.
Coming out on this black for the mill.
So this isn't the only place where economies have changed, and other people in other places have experienced the same things that we have, and though our mills may not be as active as they were, they are coming back to life, so that's good news. Would like to again encourage you to attend next month's Androscoggin Historical Society event, October 22nd. It will be Halloween season. Remember, the Irish didn't invent Halloween, but we did invent trick-or-treating and jack-o'-lantern. So the cemetery tour should be a very timely program, worthwhile. Another event would like to call your attention to. I've mentioned the Irish American Club here, and they're running a trip to Ireland next month. So if anybody should happen to be interested in running away here for shortly, you have the opportunity, and you can see me, and I've got a phone number here. You can call if you wanted to take a tour of Ireland. And also, I wish I could. I just found myself more or less fully employed, so I'm gonna. That's been a novelty for a few years, so I'm gonna stick with that for the moment. Would love to go, however. If somebody wants to fly me there next summer, I would be very happy. What else? Oh yes, if you want to learn how to dance to that music, the Irish American Club also does Cayleys. They'll be starting up their Cayleys here down in Portland fairly shortly. And they are on the web, and they do announce their stuff. And if you're a member, they send you a newsletter to let you know all the things that are going on that are Irish. And last show is Thursday night at the Lewiston Public Library, 200 Lisbon Street. We'll be talking about the merchants and the businessmen and some of the buildings on Lisbon and Main Streets, and should be an interesting program for you. So it's been fascinating for me to learn the origin of some of the buildings down that way. And last note, Lucas is out in the hallway. If you haven't purchased a book yet and want one, I don't have any on hand. I sold more than I expected last week, and so I'm taking orders at this point. I'm taking orders tonight and Thursday for anybody that may want them, and I will be able to get them to you early next week. Also have the card sets that I had out last time, and was messing around yesterday and put up my Halloween cards. I'm test marketing this, so there are only 5 of them, but I thought it was kind of neat. So if you're interested, that stuff is Lucas is out in the hallway. And I thank you for attending tonight, and I thank the Androscoggin Historical Society, Betty and David Young for the technical stuff that got us on the air. I don't know anything about it, so I need them desperately. And Annette for running the program.
Thank you, John.
See you Thursday.